Hey, this is Stacia, and we're going to play a training game on chess.com. And I think we're just going to do a 10-minute game because I don't have that much time available. Otherwise, I want to start doing 30-minute. I'm going to start doing 30-minute. But I do need to work on just trying to play correctly and intuitively. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do here. So pawn to e4. Okay, they go knight c6. I'm just going to go knight to f3 and see what they do. Okay, now we have transposed into my normal stuff, so I'll go bishop c4. And I will play Evans Gambit. Or should I play c3? I could do that. Okay, I'm going to not sacrifice a pawn for the first time in my life. Okay, and now after knight f6, I have been looking at this move recently, which is d4. And yeah, I probably will go for a Moehller attack. So they take, let's take. If they check me. Now, I think king f1 is a move. So there you go. There's an example of crazy stuff that pops into my head. No need to play that way, though. Bishop d2 would be normal, but I'm just going to go knight to c3 because I have been studying this one. And this could lead into the Moehller attack. They should now take the pawn. Notice the knight is pinned. And let's see what happens. Okay, they did not take. They castled. Okay. So now what to do? Now, if I go e5 and then they play knight e4, then I could castle, take, take, take. I think I still have knight g5 and some fun things there. Just trying to figure out if there's anything different. I actually think it's better. Maybe it's not better with the pawn on e5, but I'm going to play this. I wonder if they could play d5 now. Okay, so they're going for this. Now, I think I'm just going to castle. I think this should be fine, but I could be wrong. Yeah, actually, I'm wondering if castles and bishop takes, if I go d5 there and they go knight e7, I don't have the usual stuff I would have. I really don't want to play bishop d2, though, so I'm going to play this way. Dang it. So I just can't help myself. I just really can't. Okay, I'm so glad they did this. Now I have some ideas. After they take back, I'm intending knight to g5 here. Now, I think bishop a3 might also be a move. But actually, I don't think so. I think bishop a3 is not that great because I already castled. Actually, knight g5 is probably not that great either, is it? Well, if they do take my rook, I think I have queen h5 there. And then after h6, knight f7. So I'm going to play this. Now, if they play h6, though, I think I'll play queen f3. That way I'm attacking their bishop. So this is what I'm doing. I'm playing on my laptop, so I don't really feel like drawing arrows. So sorry, I usually do. Okay, I think that's a mistake. So let's see if I'm right. I'm going to go queen h5. This threatens checkmate, you know. I'm sure they see that. But when they go h6, they probably missed knight f7 because the queen is forking these two pawns. So we get this. Now, if they take with a rook, they take with the rook. I'm wondering about some stuff. Can I take with the queen? I think I can. I think that's game over because I have the idea of bishop g5. So hopefully they take with a rook and then we do that. Now if they go queen e8, I think I just take on h6 or check. Just double check even. And then they're going to be on the H file, and then I just like, I don't see that working out for them. So I think rook takes is probably the best move. So they're just lost, I believe. So we're going to win this game fairly easily, which makes me happy because I haven't been playing all that well as of late. Queen e7, okay. So they are allowing double check and stuff like that, which I think I will do. I mean, isn't this game over? Because they're going to go to the H file and then I play knight f5. And that's going to win their queen. So double check. I'm expecting resignation. In fact, it might, is it checkmate? It's going to be checkmate. It's actually checkmate because the bishop covers g8, so. Yeah, they have no moves. I could probably pre-move knight f5, but. Yeah, I think I could have pre-moved it. Let's look at it real quick. Oh, it gave knight g4. Well, I thought, why not knight f5? I still don't see a way they block that at all. Okay, so I had a really nice percent this game, but I basically knew what I was doing the whole game, so I'm not too surprised. So I played c3, which is the main line, after knight f6, d4. So I think the main move is actually d3, but I like d4. It's a little more forcing. We'll get a more open game. Takes, check is correct. And knight c3. So the other one is just bishop d2. And I think my student Jacoby Matt plays this. And this position's just equal. And I do know that if they take on e4, we can take this. And if they take back now, we actually have this check. And I see the engine does give it. And queen b3, which wins that back. And I would enjoy that position. But I think, yeah, they usually take, and then you take back with the knight and guard your e-pawn. And I would have to study these middle games because I really don't know what I would do, but I like the center, and I like that the pawns are ready to attack the knights. And, I mean, looks like it's just an equal position, though. Okay, but in the game, he castled instead of taking on e4. And now I should play bishop g5, it looks like, is best. But I went e5. Yeah, so e5 was unnecessary. I also like castles, but I thought of castling, and I thought maybe they do this now. And I guess we can play d5, and this is totally fine as well, like d5, and let's say, I don't know, where do they go here? If knight a5, we just go bishop d3, and they can play f5. Wow, they can. And white's slightly better here. Interesting. Well, I went e5, so a little inaccurate. But still slightly better for white, so I really don't have a problem with this. And yeah, I kind of wondered if they could play d5. I mentioned that during the game. but they played here. So it's kind of like a delayed Moehller gambit now. So I just castle. And yeah, I was worried about this move. And I thought after d5, which is the normal move, yeah, I was a little concerned. It says knight takes e5. Oh, knight takes e5 is a problem because look, I just lost that pawn because the bishop still exists. So I guess I would have to, if I take here, this might be really bad now because they take this. So we have to save the bishop first with bishop d3. This is still bad though. Then they could take here even, right? And then retreat their bishop. I guess we still get this, but then rook e8. But another way they could do it is take here. And then if I take with the queen, yeah, they can play knight d2. Oh, man. Now that's a fork I got to take back. Now they're definitely saving that, right? So they're just winning. So, wow. Okay, so the way I was going to play it would have lost. So I think I would have seen that, but who knows? So instead of that, after takes, I would just have to take back. And if the knight takes, I think we still are doing well. Yeah, and we are. There's usually ways to punish this knight. Looks like he's basically trapped, almost trapped. Queen c2 looks like the main way, or queen d3. Okay. I kind of like queen d3 because I want to, set up the battery. Why not? So after queen d3, I mean, it seems like, looks to me like they have to go knight a4. But after knight a4, we even have this. No, we don't. Never mind. But we can play knight g5 here. Okay, and that would provoke g6. And then we can go knight e4, and the dark squares are weak. And why is this knight on a4? Interesting. Okay, so white's much better there as well. But in the game, knight takes c3, and I took, and he took. And I definitely understood this position because I played this. It gives it a brilliant, but I play this move all the time. So I know what I'm doing with it. So knight g5, brilliant. Yeah, and he takes my rook. I literally don't care about that because queen h5. All right, and we are attacking two things, and it is pretty much easy from here. So, ooh, I see that they could play queen takes g5 here, and it's still a game, which is pretty fascinating. The engine says white's like +1. I mean, I guess I would take with a bishop because that does attack their bishop. Then they could take my center pawn. Wow, and this is not so easy yet. Wow. I can play bishop f6, and it's the only way to keep a huge advantage. That is fascinating. Because if they do take this... actually... I was going to say this, but don't they have bishop f6? They do have bishop f6. So if they do take that, the idea is to go bishop d3. Wow. And then if they go rook e8, just to create a square to run to, then we take this, they start running. This is the only way to keep an advantage. Just fascinating. Check. Let's say they go here. Then we can take that with check. Okay, and now I do feel like white's definitely better still, but, well, not even definitely. I would be nervous in a game. So that is good stuff. I'm glad we looked at that. And now, oops. But in the game, they didn't sack the queen. But I have more respect for that now. Usually if they sack the queen, I'm just laughing. But I don't think I'll laugh next time. So h6, knight takes f7, and now they went queen e7. Yeah, and I was thinking if they do this, I was going to take with a queen. And this is all in my Moehller Attack video, actually. And then after king h8, we have this really nice move, bishop g5, which is probably a brilliant because, well, okay, they give it great. Because if they take with the queen, then we have this checkmate. But if they take with this pawn, we have this checkmate. So it's just they can't take that bishop, but if they don't, then what do you do, right? Like it's attacking your queen. So, um, so yeah, and they can't move the queen anywhere. I don't think. So d5, I guess, is the best move, but I would obviously take their queen there. So, and I'm not exactly scared of that. All right, but in the game, queen e7, and then yeah, I think just this is just mate. It also wins the queen. Like, no matter where they go in the H file, I was planning this move, which I thought was mate, and it is. And, you know, if they want to play king, you know, king g9, then I will play knight takes queen. So overall, I'm very happy with this game. Obviously, I don't get 98% that much, but a short game, it's not that hard to get nearly perfect. So looks like we even got a brilliant, so I'll take it. Yay for studying the Moehller Attack. Maybe I should study more good openings. All right, this is Stacia, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.